Hello everyone, it's Henry here. Welcome to our podcast. In today's episode, we have two of our members, Bailey and Zach. Bailey is also one of our amazing students who was able to win the scholarship program that we did. We were trying to give back to the community. So Bailey, he won the competition, and he had a lot of people competing with him, but he was lucky to be the winner of the scholarship program. So Bailey, how are you doing today?
Not too bad, thank you. It still feels a bit surreal, really, to be able to have access to liquid gold, pretty much. Obviously, my brother's here with me today, and he's trying to get cracking at it as well, because he sees me on the charts. I'm looking at the charts. Oh, it does this. I'm looking at other people. I'm looking at how much they can make, because at the end of the day, for me, it's all about money. Yeah. And he's like, oh, let me get some of that. I was like, okay, yeah, here you go. So I brought him here today just to hear a bit off of you guys and get him a bit motivated towards it then.
Yeah, I'm really so excited for you and your brother Zach as well, and they're also coming down here today. And one thing I want to ask you is, since you've been learning how to trade with us, what would you say has been your single most difficulty you've had in trading?
There's a lot to learn. There is so much to learn. I think the best thing to do, obviously, is write it down. Because for me, if I have too much brain clutter, I'm going to sit there and think, I don't know what I'm doing next. I haven't learned anything. So my ideal for me was to write it down, look back over it at the end of the video, pause the video, rewind the videos, look back at it again and again and again. I'll write down key points in my book, timestamp the video. If you're confused about something, look back at it. Because for me, I've always learned off repetition.
Yep.
Do it again, until eventually then it clicks in my head then. It's second nature for me.
Yeah.
The other thing I actually really struggled with was I look at things from a very direct point of view. Sometimes I may struggle to see it the other way. It's like tunnel vision. So having you guys, Paul, very great minds, especially in the industry, you can look at it from a different point of view. Actually, maybe look at it from this angle, because then it opens my mind to other things and I can learn quicker.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, the thing with trading, it's all about repetition. The more you do it, the more you learn. I see a lot of people, they just do it for a month and they're like, it's not working for me. It doesn't work that way.
Even though I haven't made any money yet, I see what you guys potentially can make. I'm like, I want some of that as well. Because I don't like jobs. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I respect an honest day's work, but it just gets to a point where I'm working so hard and I'm still getting the same pay pack at the end of the week, so it doesn't really matter. Whereas if I put that effort into myself, the sky's the limit for me. Yeah, most definitely.
True. That's one thing I love about trading. There's no limit to how much you can make. And there's this people always say, time is money. Truth is, time isn't equal to money, because if I gave you 10 million and told you you're going to die tomorrow, would you take it?
I'll try and spend it all.
Yeah, because you're going to be thinking, wow, so by tomorrow I'll be dead. And
if you don't take 10 million, live.
So you're going to choose to live at the end of the day, because your time is not equal to money. But with trading, it gives you that freedom to do whatever you want to do, travel the world. Just like Charlie's been traveling the world, went to Thailand, a lot of other places, and he was able to still be making money while on transit, so which makes it phenomenal about trading. A lot of other things.
It's all on the internet. Don't have to go to a workplace for it.
Yeah, exactly. So can I ask you, what made you want to be a trader?
My parents haven't done any national service, so their pension's a bit rocky. I don't want to have to see them in their later years. Even though my father runs a business, he's going to have to give it up eventually because it's sport related. I don't want to have to see him in the future retire, and then the burden's now on me and Zach to try and look after them, and we're struggling for money ourselves with mortgages, kids, cars. It's going to be a lot of stress, and I see it coming. So I want to rather work now where I'm in a safe position to do so. No really major financial responsibilities. I have a car, pretty much it. No kids. A girlfriend that I'll take on a date every once again, well, now and again. And I live with my parents. I'm happy that I've opened my eyes. I can see it coming. So I just want to set myself up for a better future. And I don't like the 9-to-5 aspect. Yeah. I was butting heads with my father the other day actually about a 9-to-5. He's like, this is it until you're 65. And I think, I couldn't think of anything worse. I really couldn't think of anything worse. A 9 to 5 for the next 40 years, doing the same thing over and over and over again. That, by definition, is what insanity is. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to wake up in the morning, look at the charts for a few hours, make a grand. That's my ideal. Make a grand, go buy a car later that day. That's my vision for myself.
It's like it's a generational thing as well, isn't it? Because the older generation didn't have the opportunities that are around now as well. Like
Yeah.
like we were saying just then, the internet is so powerful.
It was a massive boom. The thing about the internet, it's opened me up to getting to know you guys. It's opened me up to being able to connect with people across the other side of the world. There's a lot greater minds out there than me, I'll be honest. I'm only 18. And to be able to connect with them rather than have to go on a horseback as they did maybe back in the day and drop off a letter and then do the same thing back, that could take a month. The internet, drop a quick text message, the connection's made. The connection's already made. I can access greater minds. I can learn information quicker.
Yeah, for sure. And it's interesting because I can sort of relate to you guys because I was a similar age, thinking the same thing. How old are you guys? Just the wrong
18.
18.
18.
Yeah, so I was thinking the same thing, you know, like what we were speaking about earlier on. You're seeing the guys that you're working with 40, 50, even 60 years old, maybe even some of them late 60s.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
And they're just not happy, and you can see that. But they'll come to work because they're in a routine, they're in a habit.
They have to.
Yeah.
And if it's one thing about jobs, I'm very skeptical of the system. School will tell you to get a job. That job will give you some benefits, 6 weeks paid holiday. They'll pay you a terrible wage because they know for people like that, they have kids, mortgages, families to run, cars to pay for, phone bills to pay for, amongst many, many other things.
Yeah.
So a job can see that. They'll pay you just enough to get by, knowing that if you leave to try and do something like this, you're stuck. You're screwed. You're not going to be able to do it unless you're lucky.
Yeah.
Which is why I want to sit down now, at 18, who still lives with my parents. I have a computer, a good one. I want to put it to use. I want to open my mind. I want to learn the information. I want to be able to not be in a sticky situation where I can't afford my car tire. If it goes out, I have to wait until next month.
Yeah, for that pay packet.
Next month, I have to budget. I want to be able to get enough money and think, oh yeah, that problem's come up. I don't have to pay for that. I don't have to worry about paying for that. Rather, just crack on, do it. Don't think about it. Don't look at price tags. Just do it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so stress-free. That's the life I want. I don't want to be stressed. Money, not enough of it, is going to cause my stress.
Definitely. And I think transitioning back into the trading side of things as well, the good thing about trading, I didn't know this at the beginning. I thought you had to stare at the charts all day, every day to even get anywhere.
Yeah.
But there came to a point of, okay, I'm free maybe an hour in the morning, an hour at lunchtime. This is when I used to work back in my welding job. And I used to try and make strategies around that sort of time, and it did work for some time. So what I'm trying to say is you can make trading work around your own life, which is the most powerful thing, you know, because you've got scalpers. Are you familiar with the terminology scalpers?
Scalping.
Like short-term trading.
Scalping, short-term. Sweeping, is it called? Sweep trading?
Swing trading.
Swing trading. That's the one.
Nearly.
That's long-term investments.
Yeah.
I got all the terms in my little notebook there on paper.
Even that, you know, that's the key to it, because with you watching the videos and you making your own notes, without you even maybe not knowing it, you're already putting it into your own words and something that you understand.
Yeah.
And whether you go back through it with highlighters,
write my thoughts on paper.
Yeah, or, you know,
down.
There's many different ways of doing it. Like I said, it's making it work for yourselves, to be honest. And like what we've got here as well, the fact that you can come into the office and talk to us in person, like we were saying this morning, it's powerful.
Information's the best thing.
It really is. You know, and it comes down to, obviously there's a popular saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So
oh yeah, most definitely.
With trading, it's sort of both as well. Like, because obviously you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But further on down the road, someone that you might know might open the door up, an opportunity might come about. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing, and it's good to see like you guys wanting to learn. And
I think the most important thing for me on that note was in this game, I know starting off one mind isn't enough, and I'm happy to have been able to be given the opportunity to come see you guys. It's because I understand that 2 minds is greater than 1, 3 minds is greater than 2. You can learn things quicker, doors can open, opportunities can be made, a lot more opportunities can be made because there's more minds working on the same thing. So I've halved my time to where I need to be success-wise because I have connections Connections for me is the most important. If I know someone's better than me at something, I want to shadow them. I want to be able to learn. Because for me, information is the most important thing you can do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's how we learn as well. Like, we replicate success. Like, success leaves clues. We've all heard that.
It rubs off on you.
Yeah, it does.
You're the sum main product of the 5 people you hang around most.
Yeah.
If you hang around bums that go party every weekend, you're going to be one of them. If you hang around smokers, you're going to be a smoker. If you hang around athletes, I've grown up around athletes. My brother's grown up around athletes.
Yeah.
I was a late bloomer, don't get me wrong, but we train twice a day.
Yeah.
He's going to Scotland this weekend to fight and qualify for World Championships in Portugal this year. It's second nature to us. And for what our father's done, he's been doing kickboxing for 35 years.
Yeah.
Since he was our age, and it's rubbed off on us. The passion for it's rubbed off on us. And I understand that so well. So me surrounding myself around great minds like yourselves, Paul, it's going to rub off on me. The information's going to rub off on me. Things are going to come quicker.
Yeah.
And I can learn better.
It's very interesting that you've both come from a fighting background,
Yeah.
which requires discipline.
It's all we know.
You know,
we've been doing this since we was 4.
Patience.
Yeah.
All of the, things that you would say that you need to be successful in. You can replicate that and put it into trading. It's the same thing, like
Most
just
definitely.
turning up every day, consistency, the
Yeah.
list goes on. So I do really think if you guys really do stick to it, there's no reason why you won't succeed.
There's fundamentals that for a long time, if I don't want to do something, I have to do it anyways. If I have to do it, I'm going to do it, regardless if I don't want to do it. I'll wake up at 5 in the morning, I don't want to run, but I got to. Someone's out there doing it already. I have to do it now. There's fundamentals where I would go on about a part of the brain. The anterior mid-singular cortex. I would go on about that if you guys want me to.
Go for it.
So, there's a part in your brain called the anterior mid-singular cortex. I believe that's the name for it. If I'm wrong, shoot me. But it's a part of the brain. Are you aware of a guy called David Goggins?
Yes.
He was on this podcast with a neurological scientist, and he explained that the anterior mid-singular cortex is a part of the brain that only grows and develops when you do something you don't want to do. So if you wake up in the morning and you want to run 10 miles, I don't want to run 10 miles. You go and do it anyways, even though you don't want to do it. That part of the brain grows. What you tend to find, especially in people like yourselves, and me and my brother, we're athletes, you guys are very technical, minds are switched on, you do things that you don't want to do, you understand it. When we do things we don't want to do, it's going to grow. Whereas people, with the people I work with, or fat people, for example, you tend to find that part of the brain is very, very small. Whereas in people like us, that part of the brain is quite inflamed, it's quite large. Don't get me wrong, the wanting to do it factor doesn't get any easier. You're still not going to want to do it even if it's as big as it can be. But you're used to it, it's a routine. So you guys have probably found yourselves not wanting to do something, but it's like an automatic switch. You do it anyways. That's the part of the brain that's working.
Yeah.
I bet you guys didn't know that. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And if you're putting into trading, there's going to be days, weeks where you just don't want to be on the chart because maybe you've taken a couple of losses and then you feel like this probably is not for you.
Psychology.
But because you keep showing up every single day, when it's going well, when it's not going well, you keep showing up. That part of the brain, like you said, it grows. Yeah. Your knowledge about how the market moves, it grows. And you now start to get to the point where you realize that it's all a probability. There's no certainty that whatever you think the market is going to do is going to do it.
Yeah.
It's all probability. And now when you realize that everything you're doing is a probability on the charts, it helps you even become a better trader. Because now you learn how to manage risk. So you just basically use whatever risk you've assigned to every single trade. You just use that risk, and if it plays out, great, amazing, you make profit. If it doesn't play out, that's all right.
Cut the losses,
You cut the losses short. Your trades are supposed to end one of 4 ways: a small loss, a small win, break even, or big win. It should never end up being a big loss.
Yeah. Pardon me. I saw something on the internet. It made me... Ever seen something so bad that you just have to sit back with your hands on your head like that? Like, shocking. This trader went in short on a trade. It was probably like on a 1 minute scale. News broke out. He had no stop loss and he clearly put in a lot of money. 70 grand gone in a minute. Less than a minute. Shocking. And I looked at the comments on it. It was on Instagram. No stop loss? No stop loss for that amount of money you're trading? Oh...
Yeah, that's the thing with trading, because there isn't really any certification out there to determine whether someone's a professional trader. Besides what we have now, as UK Trading Academy, we have the master's degree program, which now gives you the certification as a professional trader. But before we have this, there wasn't any out there that shows you're a professional trader. So most people just have probably a week experience, a month experience. They now call themselves a professional trader, and you see them online telling people, oh, come on, I'm going to teach you how to trade, and I've made $10,000 today. It's easy to make money in trading. It's easier to lose money.
Most definitely. Luck of the draw.
The hardest part is keeping the money.
Yeah.
And how to keep the money is always having a stop loss, always knowing how much you're risking per trade. When you see a trader who doesn't have a stop loss, the best thing to do is just don't even follow the person, don't even look at their stuff, because it's just going to unintentionally affect you, because you're going to think, oh, this trader didn't use a stop loss and he made $150,000. Maybe I shouldn't use a stop loss either. You know, you just want to...
It's just basic knowledge.
Yeah, you need to fill your mind with positivity. You need to fill your mind with discipline.
Yeah.
This is how it's done. This is what I need to do. You know, it's just, for example, like you're a kickboxer, professional kickboxer, and you train. Imagine what it's like when you wake up in the morning and you're just looking at people who just eat junk food, don't take care of themselves.
Oh, it's awful.
Everything they do is
but then it makes me not want to do what I try and do. It's easier because I'm around people that don't want to do it either, but they do it anyways.
Yep.
So it's easier. It enables me to be able to do it even though I don't want to do it, because I'm thinking, I'm suffering. He's suffering as well. My dad's suffering as well. He doesn't have to do it. We could stay in bed. But no, we're up, we're training. It makes it easier. So especially in this game, I can apply that to trading. Surround myself with people like you who say, it's not a scam, we're not fake gurus, this is how much you can make, just do this, this and this and this, stay consistent with it for five or so years, and you'll be where we are. You know, if I surround myself with minds like that, it's going to come easy. Don't get me wrong, work's going to be hard. I'm going to have to sit there on the charts, not understand things, lose money, but I know there's an end goal, and I can see the end goal when I surround myself with people like you guys and Paul. If I surround myself like that, I can see the end goal, literally in person, physically. I don't have to see it it's literally a see it to believe it, and I truly believe it because I can see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I have a question for Zach. So Zach, seeing your brother trade, learn how to trade, what actually motivated you to want to trade as well?
I would say the most motivation you can get from it is you either surround yourself with people that have a negative effect on you. So you say, as you guys were saying earlier, I didn't talk too much because I was listening. I was trying to move off the conversation and analyse what you guys are saying. What I gathered from that was, if you hang around what you guys call bums or people that rub off on you negatively, that will affect you. Whether you realise or not, subconsciously that will depict how your mind works, how you move. If you wake up in the morning, you want to go out with your friends, you have to make a sacrifice. If you sacrifice your time with your friends and your buddies to work now so you can have it all later, I mean, that's the most important thing. But the most motivation is seeing it working now. If you have the connections, and we've come in today and seen you guys working, you guys are doing very well. When you surround yourself with people like that, as opposed to people you're used to hanging around with or you don't necessarily want to hang around with, I mean, it makes you sit back and think, really, I need to check myself, I need to stop what I'm doing, have a look at what I'm actually doing and pick which path I really want to go down. But the motivation that comes from it is visual. When you see it working, it motivates you. When you don't see it working, it demotivates you. But those are the parts where, especially when it demotivates you, you still got to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely true. I truly agree with that. So competing to be the world champion in Portugal, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oops, yeah.
Yeah, so which is absolutely amazing. So this is part of the thing I love about trading. You can basically be doing anything else. You can have a passion for being a doctor, a lawyer, just like you have a passion for kickboxing, and you can also make out time to learn how to trade. Because trading is not, people think trading is just all about Forex. It goes way beyond that. And the level of knowledge you're getting from UKTA, it goes beyond just Forex. You know, it has to do with also learning more about cryptocurrencies, the stock market, learning how to invest. Because let's say you become the world champion today, and then you even maybe move up weight, or however, I don't really know so much about kickboxing, but let's say you become like the number one kickboxer in the whole world and you're making millions of pounds. You most likely won't know what to invest in, because all you know is kickboxing, how to beat people up. So professionally. So, but with this knowledge, now you know what to do with the money. You know what to invest in. You know when to invest in. You know when to take profit. Because most athletes, a lot of athletes go broke 10 years after retirement. A lot of them go broke 10 years after retirement. They don't have any money anymore. Why is that? Because they don't even know what they were going to do with the money anyway.
Of course, They don't have the right people in their corner. They don't surround themselves with the people they need to be surrounded with.
Yeah.
That's the most important part. I mean, as you said, the knowledge is the most important thing when it comes to Forex trading or trading in general.
Yeah.
As much as my kickboxing or martial arts background, the only thing I can carry in with me that will help in this industry is discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline. Sometimes you go training when you don't want to, but those are the times that are most important. You learn the most there because that part of your brain grows. I mean, you do something you don't want to do. You're going to have to do something more times when you don't feel like it when you do, because humans are naturally lazy. I mean, you look at other animals, for example. I mean, we have to go hunting when they don't feel like, otherwise they starve to death.
Yeah.
I mean, humans have this added advantage and luxury of not having to do that anymore, and that's what makes us lazy. So a lot of people lack discipline. That's why athletes have major discipline, because the environment they surround themselves with, they have to have it, you know.
It's very, very interesting how much we're emphasising who you surround yourself with. Because last week I had a tattoo that says environmental influence. And that is that. You know, you are influenced by your environment. There's no doubt about it.
You draw to you what you channel your thoughts through.
Yeah, very true.
So that tattoo, you've put yourself on a frequency where me and my brother have showed up today.
I've just got shivers right then. Yeah, seriously, that's how it works.
Most definitely. There's called The Secret, and I've learned.
Have you seen the film?
No, not yet.
I watched that last week as well. Yeah.
You've put yourself on a frequency where you thought,
Yeah.
what was the tattoo again?
Environmental influence.
You understand the importance. You have been enlightened with learning about the importance of surrounding yourself around people that share similar interests. Because if you don't, you're going to fall.
Yeah.
And the fact that your mind has been put on the same frequency as the surroundings of other people around you being so important. Me and my brother showed up today. That is the natural course of the universe.
Yeah.
Similarly, in trading aspects, constantly thinking about making six figures, constantly thinking about buying that car, constantly thinking about buying that house. You're going to, it's law of attraction.
Yeah.
It's the law of the universe. It's called studying your laws of the universe. Obsess over it, think about it, because your thoughts are going to appear in front of you eventually. There's some crazy people that think you can travel through different realms through the channeling of your own thoughts. Okay, maybe not realms, but obsess over a car, you're going to work for it. You're going to get it one day. There's funny enough, one of the teachings that Paul provided on his course was the importance of a vision board.
Yeah.
I have a whiteboard. There's a house I really want in Porthcawl. I've taken a picture of it.
Nice.
not to be weird or anything like that.
No, I love that.
I've taken a picture of it.
Yeah.
I want to print it out and put it on this vision board.
Amazing.
My dream car is a C63 AMG. I want to print that out, put it on the board. I want to see a certain figure in my bank account. I want to print that out, put it on my board. Look at it every day. Subliminally, it's gonna appear. You're always obsessing over it in the back of your mind, your subconscious mind. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because that's all you can think about. And once you fixate over something, as you said before the podcast, humans have addictions. You need to pick your poison. Good poison or bad poison.
For sure.
Go out with bums, you're going to be one.
Yeah.
Obsess over making money, you're going to make it. Humans are very good at being addicted to things.
Yeah. I'm massively into that as well, law of attraction, all that stuff. I remember...
It works.
It really does. In 2020, COVID times, we were all stuck at home for the most part. That's when I really started to get into spirituality and all that sort of stuff, and law of attraction. And I remember that's when I was going into funding and stuff like that with trading. And I created an audio of myself reading out my goals, and I put some sort of like nice meditation music over the top of it. Every night I'd go to sleep listening to that, and those things happened. They came true.
Yeah.
It was things like
that is the beauty
I am
of
a funded
it.
trader. I am
Yeah.
making this money. I am traveling the world was another one.
It's affirmations.
Yeah.
There's something that parents do to their children when they're very, very young. My name's this. I'm going to be a doctor. Some parents do that. It looks weird. Like, why are you saying that to your child? They don't understand what it's about. But there's a subliminal mind as well. Subliminal meaning that your brain is thinking or doing things that you're not aware of.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to a subliminal mind, things are going to stick. Things are going to stick over and over and over again. And if you keep giving people those affirmations, or keep giving yourself those affirmations, quite naturally, both on a mind sort of level and a physical sort of level, you're going to be directed towards that. You're going to work towards it. You want the car, the house, the paintings on your wall, the expensive paintings on your wall, whatever it may be. If you obsess over it, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
That is the law of attraction all over. I love that.
I could talk about that all day.
Oh, honestly, we'll be here forever.
Even like when I was working at my old job in the workshop, I used to put, Jim Rohn. Have you heard of Jim Rohn?
No.
Is like a, do you know Jim Rohn? Is like a motivational speaker. He's dead now, but the likes of him, Les Brown, I just used to listen to things in my earphones like whilst working. Like I used to be in my own world, and I remember I was in my own world that much. As on a specific day, I was just doing my own thing, building this big metal frame. There was tons of them. Got to the end of the day, the manager comes out. He's like, "Why is that one wrong?" And I was like, and then he looked at all of them. They were all wrong. And I had to, the next day or the following weeks, I was grinding away all the welding that I'd done to refix it. But I just sat there and thought, wow, I'm just, so away with the fairies, but in a good way. This just isn't meant for me. My mind isn't here.
Different realms.
Yeah.
Different realms.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. My mind just wasn't there, and that's when I was learning how to trade as well. And they always used to catch me on my phone, and disciplinary, you talk about disciplinaries,
because of the same thing.
Yeah.
The phone. I offered customer service to someone. I had to go out of the store. I was too long out of the store. I'm like, oh, what, you're mad at me for doing good customer service?
Yeah.
Same thing. I could be working so hard for people. In the end, it's been slapped in my face and I make £10 in an hour.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's the realities that most people face, though, isn't it, unfortunately? Like,
I truly believe, though, I ended up in that job because of frequencies. If you think of your mind as a frequency, giving out frequencies to the universe, the universe is pinging it back to you.
Yeah.
I ended up in that job because I was sharing the same frequency as the lads I work with.
okay, there you go.
With no shame to the lads I work with, however, at 16 I was obsessing about getting a job. I need a job, part-time job, part-time job, part-time job. I ended up there. It happened eventually, I got a job. But now I want to get out of the job because I don't want to be stuck there for the rest of my life, to be honest.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're really into self-development, both of you, as well as physical development with kickboxing and stuff
If
like
you
that.
see me 3 years ago, you'd be surprised how much of a change I made in my life.
Really?
Same with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you saw us 3 years ago, we're completely different people today.
Amazing. That's why you're here, like sat in these chairs, speaking to us now
Channeled
on
it
this
through
podcast.
frequencies.
Yeah.
Manifestation. I could talk about it all day, all day.
But that's also why you've got the opportunity to learn from us. Why you've won that scholarship. That's not just happened because of luck.
It wasn't luck.
Luck doesn't exist. We all know that. It's like you said. It's a certain frequency. Yeah.
I obsessed over it. When this opportunity was opened up to me because of my obsession through trading. I started off on my own. I was, funny enough, the same day I met Paul was the same day I was obsessing about trading gold and figuring out how it worked, the amount of money I could make. I was talking to the lads about it. They're like, oh, it's a gamble, don't do this and any of that. 20 minutes later, Paul walks in. Funny enough, he wanted tiles. But it was a strange coincidence to me because I was talking about it. I was like, oh, speak of the devil now, thinking back on it. He came in. He's like, oh, because I was talking about it to him as well. He's like, oh, I do this. I was like, never. Oh, it is weird. I have a little bit of goosebumps now thinking about that, yeah. Wow.
Divine design.
Most definitely. If Paul was here now, he'd have a lot to say.
For sure. So what's your, you say you're interested, are you interested with gold as well? Like you both on a similar?
Yeah.
So what is it about gold specifically that you think, well, I want to learn how to trade that?
I think Bailey's obsession was with gold. Mine was with more so the opportunities trading provides you. So he delved deeper into it with the aspects of, I believe it's commodities.
Yeah.
So he was obsessive over this one aspect of trading with gold, my general understanding is I want to do this so I'm financially free.
Yeah.
I don't have to, the same way it goes, you need to find something that works around your job. I don't believe in that saying. I think you need to find a job that works around your lifestyle. Depending on, as you say, pick your poison. Your lifestyle could be bad or it could be good. But your job you shouldn't have to pick that to work around your job. Your job should work around it. I think the freedom of trading is one of the only ways you can do that, is live a life that you want without your job getting in the way of it.
Yeah, very powerful. And I think later on down the line, like you were saying, Henry, earlier on, if we've made a load of money, whatever the case may be, and you might hear someone talking about, I've invested into gold, blah, blah, blah. They don't really know what they're doing. But with this skill set, you'll be able to look at the charts, you'll be able to pull out certain areas and wait for the best price possible to get the best return on your investment, because it's just technical analysis. Obviously, there is fundamentals that come with it as well. But for the most part, if you can read the charts, the graphs correctly, that skill will do so many things. Yeah, exactly. The sky is the limit.
If it's one thing I learnt about trading that makes it so different from any business you could run, or any job you could have, you choose what you can make. If you have enough money, you truly can choose the amount you earn in that day.
Yeah.
Although there's a sense of possibilities to it, and probabilities rather. That's the only thing that differs trading from any other thing you could do, business or job. You choose what you can make, to an extent, obviously.
Yeah.
But, well, speaking to you guys today, it goes a lot deeper than trading. You've got to think about it on a spiritual scale, manifestation. You have to have your goals in line. You've got to surround yourself with certain people. It goes a lot deeper than just candlesticks and charts.
Of course it does, yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So have you opened up your own live trading account at all?
Yeah.
Or you have?
I have. He's not at that stage yet. He's still
Fair enough.
doing
Yeah.
the thing.
No rush.
Yeah.
Like, there is no rush. Genuinely, like, there's not.
No, Sky. Well, we're only 18.
Yeah.
Got ages to do this.
For sure.
And you started at 18, same age as us. You're now 25, and you make a fair bit of money.
Yeah, I mean, have you got any like horror stories so far that you've experienced with a live account, or
demos? I've been trading dummy money because I don't trust myself for real money, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I've lost £400 in a day.
Yeah.
But I was just playing around with it, going short. I wasn't going off any strategies. I was just purely trading based off price action.
Yeah.
It's like, right, support line here, resistance line here, trend line. It's going to hit the bottom, I'm going to buy. Then it shoots down. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've lost £400.
So the nice thing about you guys as well, like, you're at the beginning of your journey, you're going straight into education. With myself, I went the back end way around it. I thought I'd know it all and be able to figure it out on my own. It took me like 2 years of just losing real money. And I remember one time, it was my first MT4 account, MetaTrader 4. I don't think I've told you this either. I think there was like £500 in it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to flip that. I'm going to make thousands. Didn't know what a lot size was. Obviously, that's the volume of the trade that you want to put on. I can't remember what asset it was. I think it was like US 30 or something. I put a standard lot size on a sell or a buy on this account. I was just like, I'm just going to see what happens.
Margin instantly, straight away.
The account's gone. And I'm like, wow, what do I do? So what I did was, I emailed the broker. And
my money back.
Yeah, I came up with a story and I was like, oh, my toddler has just gone on my phone and clicked buttons. That wasn't my trade. Can you give me the money back? And like, they actually responded. They were like, well, we can't do that, but we can pay you back the commissions, which they did, which was like £40. And I was like, fair enough.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Yeah. I was like, right, I'm not doing that ever again. And yeah, that's when I went into the education. But yeah, like I said, it's good that you guys are just going straight in, to learn from people that are doing it.
An eye-opener for losing for me was, yeah, I lost £400 in a day. Similarly, I could have made £400 in a day as well.
Yeah, that was my thought process as well.
The only reason I lost £400 is because I don't know a lot. Not yet, anyways. There is a lot to learn. But from the losses, well, you lost £600 in real money, didn't you? From what?
So, I think a lot of teenagers show an interest in, they say crypto. No one knows what exactly it is, but you ask a teenager, they go, we're gonna do all this, we're gonna trade, we're crypto this, crypto that. So I was to blame for this as well. I had this interest too. This is how this whole thing came about from the early doors. So I paid someone online for their course. I think it was $20 a month, $50 a month for a premium, or you could pay off the year.
Okay.
So I thought, I have such a keen interest in this, I will pay off the year, and that will force me to do it because I've lost this amount of money. I'm not gonna waste it. I'll put it to use. And the link he sent through on the email came under a different name. I thought, okay, maybe this is his second or third email address. I'll tap on it. So click the link. There was no link. I emailed him. I said, look, there's no link on this email. Maybe send me another one. Maybe you forgot to copy and paste it onto the email. Didn't respond. The next thing I knew, his account was deactivated. I was just left with a blank email and £300 missing from my account.
Wow.
I thought, I'll never let that happen again.
That's the thing, like, crisis will always create change. You know, it's not until something happens where we think, I'm never ever going to do that again.
Experience.
And if you do that again, shame on you. You deserve that to happen again.
Humans learn from their mistakes.
Exactly.
You don't learn when you succeed in something, you learn when you fail.
Yeah.
Because you have to make adaptations and you have to change.
For sure.
So failure makes change, success doesn't. Success keeps you doing what you're doing already.
Yeah.
You don't change something that keeps working, you change something that's not working.
Amazing.
That just brought me onto something. Ever heard of a comfortable numbness?
Okay.
It's a term that I use, that I learned off someone else off the internet. I'll give you 2 examples. You really need to quit your job, but the boss isn't too much of a dickhead and the benefits are okay, so you stay. Or you really need to move out your house, but it's in a nice area and the blackmail ain't that bad, so you stay. Those people are better off their situations getting worse, because that's going to galvanize them to do something about it.
Yeah.
Because let's say your line's here, where you skyrocket. A lot of people say here, just above that line. They're comfortable. They're not in the best situation, but they're not in the best situation, but they're not in the worst situation either. Those people, and there is a lot. The lads I work with, comfortable. They've been in that job for 10 years, some of them. Decent pay. They have decent pay. You know, they go home. They sit on the sofa. They have a little bit of money at the end of the month. They might have a few pints, go to bed, repeat the day. Their situations are much better off getting worse. Because as you said, crisis forces people to improve. They're here. They're better off going here first. Because then they're going to do this.
Yeah.
They're going to be better from where they was.
Yeah.
And a lot more people than not are living in that situation in life.
For sure. There's a saying that I like as well, going back to Jim Rohn, it's from him. Can't take credit. He said, when you work a job, you can make a living. But when you work on yourself, you can make a fortune. And again, relating to trading, that is, it couldn't be more true, because, you know, you can put as much or as little work into it. The results are going to show. You know, the results are going to show.
It takes longer.
Yeah.
But, you know, there is a risk and a reward to it. With a job, you're secure, you're safe, you're comfortable. The pay isn't great, but it's not bad either, so you stay. And, you know, if you're sick, you get sick pay, you can go on holiday once a year, life's all right.
Yeah.
But with trading, yes, there's a lot of risk to it, but once you get it, the risks are so minimal. Very, very minimal. And that can make you a fortune. Just takes a bit longer, the work's a bit harder, and a lot of people don't like being uncomfortable. Not a lot of people like to chase discomfort. And if it's one thing we've understood very well, discomfort is the place to be.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to improve, you're going to get it eventually. You are going to get it eventually, just do it again. And eventually, you'll make your fortunes.
Yeah, just being self-reliant as well, like not relying on someone or something to, you know, just dangle that carrot in front of you and just say, yeah, you're going to get that. You know?
No one put my running shoes on me at 5 a.m.
Exactly.
No one put my running shoes on me at all. I had to do that myself. I had to sit there on the stairs and stare at them because I didn't want to do it. No one got me up and said, come on, we're going for a run.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it you got to do on your own. But once you understand that part of the brain's going to grow. As I mentioned earlier, that anterior mid-cingulate cortex is going to grow.
Yeah.
And it's not going to get easier, but you're going to be used to not doing something you don't like.
Yeah, it's a snowball effect as well. Because I can imagine the feeling after you do 5 a.m. runs.
Euphoric.
Yeah.
You feel good after. You thought, I didn't want to do it at the start.
Yeah, now I feel great.
Really good, and it sets your tone for the day because your mind's on a better frequency.
Like, hang on, I can do something I don't want to do. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, and you think about the next thing.
After that run, you feel like, I can do anything, man. I think I'll go climb Everest tomorrow. Yeah. You know, there's a sense of euphoria that you get after doing something you don't want to do, especially in the morning. It sets your tone for the day. You know, you've forced your mind, going back to manifestation, you forced your mind onto a better frequency. That day's going to be a great day now because you've done something you don't want to do. It was hard, but now you see the benefits from it.
Yeah. So going back to, I'll give you the mic in a minute. I feel bad, I'm just hogging it.
That's right.
Going back to the environmental friendships and all that sort of thing, is there anyone in your friendship groups or people that are maybe similar minded in terms of business or that maybe would want to learn trading as well? Or is it just you guys and you can really see
Just
the difference?
us.
Really?
Just us.
Okay.
I didn't grow up with role models. I grew up around people that I didn't want to end up like. Don't get me wrong, I had some role models, but there was a lot more people that I saw around me and in my life that I didn't want to end up being like, because I saw how bad their lives were.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing myself up there and them down there. I respect everyone.
No, not at all, yeah.
But there's just some situations that I don't want to see myself in. It's in our friendship group, we don't hang around bums. They are funny people, but, 20, 21 in college, maybe no job for some of them.
Okay.
The ambition ain't there yet. Shoot, they're going to see this. Yet. The ambition ain't there yet, so I do limit how much I hang around them on purpose. It's lucky for me and my brother because, as I said, we've grown up around athletes. Most of our lives were spent in the gym. I used to work there. My brother still does. I just have a lot going on. But I've surrounded myself all of the time with athletes. And if it's one thing I did notice, 3 years ago, I wasn't in great shape. I was a skinny fat kid,
Okay.
I lost a lot of weight. I put it back on. I hit the weight room. I got more passionate about my sport. And if it's one thing I found by sticking to that, yes, it was harder because the people I surrounded myself with weren't sharing similar interests. But by being ruthless about it, by not going out, by training, I don't want to go out for food. I have to eat my chicken and rice, By sticking to that, a lot more people than not have asked me, oh, can you help me out in the gym?
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. It looks great. Help me out. Write me a plan. This, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, I get it now.
Yeah.
And I've put that back to myself where I've surrounded myself with athletes. He was flying around the world from the age of 7. I was a late bloomer. I started taking it seriously from about 13. I was on and off before then. But from about 13 onwards, I took it really seriously. From there, I also understood that, yes, I've grown up around athletes and it rubbed off on me, but having not been able to do a push-up or a pull-up by setting a standard, I've rubbed off on other people.
Yeah.
It's influence.
For sure. Just like we were saying, influence for yourselves. If your friends see you guys doing it, you're going to influence them, so you're kind of like leading from the front.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
What they want to do most of the time, it's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm open-minded. Yeah, sometimes I go out for food with them. But if they want to go out every week for food, I'm like, guys, I can't afford it,
Yeah.
I want to save my money. I want to be able to, if something goes wrong with my car, I have to pay for that. I want to put money into my account. I want to trade that money, invest that money, multiply that money. I'll tell them no. Oh, mate, you coming training? Nah, don't want to. I feel sick. Well, I'm sick. I'm going training anyways. I go training on my own. It's going to rub off on him eventually, so that's why he's still around.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Do you want the mic, Henry?
Okay. So, my question to you, Burley, is what would be your advice to traders who are just starting out, just like yourself, who still have a full-time job, a passion, what is just like you have kickboxing, which is your passion. So, what would be an advice you would have for our viewers who are in similar situation?
Open your mind. Surround yourself with like-minded people who share similar interests to you. Study your law of attraction because it sounds silly, but what you think about and what you obsess over is going to happen eventually. 2 minds are greater than one. Surround yourself with like-minded people. I'm a newbie in this game. These guys are professionals. I surround myself with people like them. It's going to rub off on me. That is the most important and that is the best advice I could give. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Study your law of attraction. It is going to happen and stick to it. It's going to be hard, but eventually it's going to be easy and you're going to reap the rewards from it. it is most definitely going to happen.
Amazing. Awesome stuff. So for Zach, after going through, I think I'm just going to call it a scam. After being scammed, paying money for an education that you really desire, you have an interest and passion about to learn more about trading, about investing in cryptocurrency. After going through that, what still made you to still continue on that pursuit of knowledge?
I would say because the whole trading as it exists isn't fake.
Yep.
It's there's people who wear masks, and there's people who, so there's scams and everything. You buy something off Amazon and they deliver it to you. You could buy something off of Every and they deliver it to you, and sometimes they don't. But then some people use their name or attach themselves to that name, and you don't get the delivery. You get these scams in your phone. So me going through this experience where I paid someone money and I didn't get a product or a service in return, I just knew where I put my money wrong. I knew that the passion that I still had for it is still there, because it's a very, very real thing. It's just I messed up. I looked in the wrong areas. And it just taught me to just be a bit more careful, that's all.
Yeah. The good thing is you still have the passion, and the passion has led you here. And like I said, law of attraction, the frequency, it brought your brother, and then from there you saw that your brother's actually interested in the same thing that you were interested in, and you spent money on as well. So then that frequency, the law of attraction, still brought you here. And I can tell you for a fact you're at the right place, you're working with the right people. We're basically the only trading education company that has a master's degree program that is going to give you that certification. At the end of the day, it's something that even if you want to venture into being a professional trader, to trade for companies, manage funds, you can basically do that with that certification. So for Zach, what would be your advice to our viewers who have been in similar situation where they've lost money, invested in the wrong trading education company? What would be your advice to them?
Don't jump at the opportunity too quick. So I didn't go looking for this opportunity. I was sort of headhunted into this. So someone approached me online on Instagram, and they said, look, buy my course for this, buy my course for that. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. If they message you and say, look, I can offer you this, and they're asking you to spend money, that's already not a very good idea. You need to stay away from that. The reason we ended up here, me and Bailey ended up here, is because we knew Paul. Bailey showed a keen interest in it. I followed Bailey's lead with this. So I wasn't approached for this. We approached someone who was already in this industry. When you're approached by someone asking for money for their service isn't very good. Otherwise, a lot of people would be already buying it. I mean, if they're having to advertise it, it's already not good. I mean, when was the last time you saw a Lamborghini or a Ferrari advert on TV? It doesn't happen. True. Because they're that well known. People will go to it anyway. They don't need to advertise.
Yeah, add on to that. Lamborghini don't advertise on TVs because the people that want Lamborghinis aren't sitting there watching TV.
Yeah, very true. I've heard that before.
Yeah. True. Awesome stuff. It was an incredible conversation with you both today. I've also learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
That feels good.
Yeah, and to all our viewers, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode with Bailey, Zach, and our head trader, Charlie. We really appreciate you all. And we're also giving a bonus for every single person who stayed to the very end. You can click the link in our bio and you can sign up on our courses. You can use the discount code podcast and you get a 10% discount. I appreciate you, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have an amazing day.